close off with Beautify Face Yoga. And I want to share a tip with you today about how to relax the neck and also tone the muscles of the neck. Now, what I'm going to show you will tone the muscles over time. So this works when applying practice. It's just like skincare. It works when applied. So you have to apply the practice to have it work. So a couple of things I just want to show you. I'm going to show you a couple of models. So trigger warning, if you don't like to look at models of bones or muscles, please fast forward this video and we'll just get to the poses. But it helps, I think, to visualize what you're actually doing. And it's a couple of things. This is a skull. This is a skull model. We have our mandible here. And I just want to show you. So our mandible is pretty hollow. Underneath here, there's a lot of tissue. And a lot of that is muscle. We also have our thyroid here. And that disperses hormones. If it's not an effective disperser, or if you're older, very common as we get older, the hormones may not move around the way they're supposed to. And it may be a circulatory problem. So you can have a simple double chin that's actually just fluid. So by doing these exercises, you're going to move moisture, fluid, any kind of extraneous lymph that isn't moving out of the body. You're going to facilitate that. So that's a great benefit, right? The other thing that I wanted to show you is the back of the head. So the back of our necks, if we wear our hair up or we choose to have like shorter hair, people see the back of the neck. So I'm making this video for a person who has some neck concerns. You know who you are. And so many can benefit from this. So that's why I'm putting it here on YouTube. What I want to show you about the nape of the neck is, again, just like this area here, you know, we have our neck and our vertebrae that connects here. For the most part, this chin has not a whole lot going on, holding everything up. Well, the same is true here at the nape of the neck. So we have our neck that connects our brainstem here. And really the point of our neck is to hold the head onto the body. And the neck itself is the vertebrae that's surrounded by tendons, fascia, and all kinds of tissues that hold it in place. So if you touch your neck, it's mostly tissue. It's very tender. And any kind of a neck injury is very serious, most likely. So the reason I'm showing you this is because at this connecting point here at the back of the head, there's the brainstem going up in there, the vertebrae coming down. There's also these sutures here. These are where our brains have ossified together over time, but still, they're still connecting points, right? So there's still some little spaces in there that may hold groundwater, lymph, moisture that can kind of hang around in here. So if you have like an unusually like lumpy or wrinkly neck, it could be that you're not draining effectively from the head, which does have moisture. And I'm going to show you that here in just a second. But it could be that this stuff starts hanging around here. And that's not good. That can create inflammation. It can happen when we get older. As we look into holistic practices, we're working with the subtle body systems. And if you transpose these subtle body systems onto the modern medical view of our body systems, we find that the subtle body controls the major systems of the body: the nervous system, the circulatory system, the vascular system, the reproductive system, the endocrine system, just to name a few. So, just to widen your ideas here around the neck, I'm going to show you this model, which are the tissues that I was talking about. So if you look here, we see the vertebrae that's housing the spinal cord. So we just looked at that, the foramen where the spinal cord goes up. The foramen is this foramen is here. That's where this spinal cord enters the brain and creates an information highway from the body, so the brain can make decisions about our senses and how we're seeing the world. Okay, so that's just a little anatomy physiology lesson. But this base of the brain and this connection point, if there's any kind of lymph fluid, like I mentioned, that just doesn't have anywhere to go, it's not moving effectively because maybe you're not exercising, maybe you have a sedentary lifestyle, maybe you sit all day on a computer. When we're sitting all day on a computer, we are working our brain. Our sweet brain is working so hard. All of the blood is being pumped to the brain. Work, 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 work. The blood has groundwater in it, which is part of the plasma and the fluid of the blood. And if it's being circulated into this area nonstop for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, there may be some extra fluid that will leak into this tiny little area that separates the scalp and the brain, and that can get hung up in those sutures that I mentioned earlier. And here we see the back of the neck. So if we have all that lymph that might get built up, it can impede the efficacy of the fascia that goes from the bottom of the feet all the way up the legs, all the way up the spine, and all the way up to the top of our head. So any kind of moisture, I just think this is very important for anyone who has neck issues. Any kind of moisture that might be hanging around here at the back of the head, at this lower part, front of the neck, if we can facilitate moving that out and down the body, we can find that we will be able to access and create more tone and flexibility in the muscles that lie under the fascia. And the muscles are layered, and it's a little complicated. So to be able to create a beautiful canvas that we can work on that's free of any kind of funky, what word am I looking for here? I'll think of it, but any kind of obstacles to create toning and flexibility in these muscles, we want to remove that obstacle. So let me show you what to do. I'm going to take out my glasses here. So to relieve any kind of neck strain, we really want to become connected to this shape of our head. So our neck lies below this beautiful bone, the skull that holds our head in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands and just grip around this lower part of the skull. It's very sensitive, and place our fingertips in these little divots of the skull, and you can feel it if you become aware of it. So what we're going to do is take the fingertips and bring it just around the nape of the neck, and just become aware of the shape of your skull. And you want to bring your thumbs into this divot here. So I'm just going to show you on the side what this might look like. Bringing the fingertips just here. the nape of the neck, and then press up, and you'll feel the curvature of the skull. And gently lift the neck up and back, tilting the chin toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath here, and let's hold it for 15 seconds, and I'll count it down. When we get to 5, gently breathe in and out through the nose. Notice any saliva that might be moving around in the mouth. We're going to hold it again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently tilt the head up, release, and then bring the neck around in little circles. And smile. You're doing such a good job doing something for yourself, bringing awareness to the body, awareness to the head, which is so important. And then when you come to the front, let's go around in the opposite direction, creating some balance in our motions, in our movements, enabling an availability of space in the neck and just at the base of the skull. There we are. So lovely. Bring your fingertips to the back of your neck. Allow them to gently press into the back of the neck. Tilt the neck forward. Breathe here. And you can bring your elbows, I'm bringing my elbows to my knees, and gently give yourself a massage. And gently notice any kind of moisture that you're feeling, again, in your mouth. By moving your neck up and down, you're stimulating the parotid gland, which is the largest salivary gland. It helps us to digest our food well, creates enzymes to begin digestion in the mouth really, really well. So you might feel that happening. That's perfectly normal and a good sign of health. So I'm noticing this connection with the back of my neck and my mouth. I'd love to hear in the comments if you're noticing it too. So the next thing that we're going to do, so we've massaged and warmed up the base of the spine. And then we're going to gently massage the back of the neck down. And you can tilt your head forward while you do that, pulling it down. You can experiment with the most effective way to do this. I find that leaving the hair down during this process is way more comfortable than pulling the hair up, which can create tension on the neck. If you wear your hair up a lot, that can create tension. It can also be stimulating to the hair follicle and not a bad thing to do from time to time, but every day it can be too intense. So taking this time here to really massage the neck can help you find these muscles. Really, really wonderful. Bring it around and then bring the fingertips, tilt the head back, bring the fingertips to the chin and pull the body down. So I'm going to scoot back here and really show you this pose in a deeper way. And all the way back. Okay. I'll just pull this down. Okay. So you can see my torso. So we're going to just gently tilt the chin up, bring the fingertips down the body, go to the nape of the neck, bring the fingertips down the body. So we're moving out any of that ground moisture that I was talking about that can really create issues in the neck, in the appearance of the neck, creating lumps, wrinkles. We're smoothing all of that out. Don't miss this step. It's really important. There's no reason to do any other exercise if you don't do this. And then stimulating the thyroid muscle. stimulating the Adam's apple, moving it from side to side, toning these muscles, finding them. And then over time, from the inside of your neck, you can tone the muscle as you press, creating tension. So what this does when we tone the muscle while we're moving it, this is an example of doing a bicep curl because we are toning the muscle when we move our body. So if I just move it like this, not a whole lot's happening except I'm moving my elbow, right? But if I move it like that, we're seeing some tension created. So it's the same thing here. We want to engage, activate the neck. And we're not looking to tone and bulk up. But by doing so, we're lifting the skin up. We're creating blood circulation, toning. We're improving our sense of touch in this area. And then adding some tapping here, taking it up, lifting the head and then swallowing at the same time. So lifting the head. I want to show you what happens when we do this. It lifts this part of the chin. Notice it. I'm going to swallow again. It can be hard to do, but you can swallow 3 times in a row. Do 2 sets of 3. Start out with that. A little water. One more time. It lifts this little part up. So the next thing that you want to do with the same swallowing action, and I'll turn this way this time, see my profile in different ways, and then lift the head all the way up. You can bring your hands behind your neck and really give yourself a nice little acupressure. So you're feeling that little divot back there. It's really helpful. And then swallow 3 times. That's wonderful. The last little tidbit I want to show you, we're going to use our tongue. When we use our tongue in face yoga, we're massaging the inside of our throats. In yoga, Patanjali's sutras lets us know that clearing the throat chakra helps us to speak only good things, using our neck, our voice to create good connections. So here we go. We're going to gently bring the arms up, out to the sides. Maybe I'll move back a little. Okay. Bring our arms up and out to the sides. I'm holding. Actually, let me do this. Okay, here we go. There we go. So you can see my hands a little bit. Up and out. Roll the shoulders down. Lift the head up. Stick the tongue out, and we're going to move it from side to side. And release. You want to do that again. Arms up, roll the shoulders down, head up, stick the tongue out. Release the pose. And there we have it. You can gently just tilt the head from side to side. This is obviously a wonderful neck stretch. And if this is something that you're interested in, you can drop a comment and I'll send you some more information. I have a wonderful Beautify in 6 weeks face yoga program that is coming out. It's second launch. I launched last March, and I've been working with the team who worked on this with me to refine it and make it even better for you. So it's being released next week. So if you have any interest or information that you're looking for to read more about it, let me know and I'll send that to you. You can let me know in the comments below. You can send me an email at angela@beautifyfaceyoga.com and I'll respond to you by email as well. So thank you so much. If you like this video, subscribe and share with a friend. Thanks again. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.